Mm-mm-mm-mm. Hey, what's up? Hey, I want to make a preview video. It's about it's Beale Street Could Talk, and actually I want to make a review about it. And I actually found it was a really interesting book. It was written by James Baldwin. He was the basic novel of the book called "It's Ball Could the Street." No, it was called "It's Ball Street Could Talk." And actually, when I learned about it in the scenes, I learned for the previews of it, and every detail I kind of observed in it. And actually, I wanted to address this out. There's some parts in the scene was these two black couples. One was like 19, one was like 20, 22. And I found it to be interesting. And it took like around during the 1970s. And it was pretty much like a romantic date, but it was a rated R movie, so I wanted to address this out. And I think it was really, I think it was a good movie. I liked it, and for my opinion, and I really was really great. What's so interesting about but the boyfriend was kind of like a wooden art, like woodcraft artist. You know, he just like crafted wood, and he could carve wood. And I forgot what she pretty much did, but she did for a living. She was like a makeup artist, so she pretty much no, she was a perfume. So she had like sample people with perfumes, and people like observed. But what's interesting about it is in the scene it was this how they got it was a pretty good situation. So it was based like in Brooklyn, New York, and the streets was kind of interesting. Her and a man they both went out to this Italian restaurant, and it was really cool. They speak like his friend was like Italian, so they hooked him up with good deals. And this is like law enforcement, how he really was a douchebag. So I kind of find him. He kind of rasped him because they were black people back in the days. And the boyfriend, he got in jail for some situation. I would say about like 5 years. He was in jail. So for some reason he went to jail because he got accused of being like some Puerto Rican accused him of being like falsely raped, and what's crazy was because he was an innocent man, he didn't know nothing. So the mother-in-law went to travel all the way to Puerto Rico to get him to confess. No, he didn't do it. So, and the attorney, tried to do this trial, but this was weird about the system, how the way it was designed, and to put him down against the system and made him feel like he was this and he was that. It was kind of difficulty how the way it was the way it was designed, But back in that time, it was just kind of one like for black people, because black people were just getting their civil rights. But pretty much, it was just getting them, finding topping excuses to beat them, accuse them, for something. And I know his friend just got out of prison like for 2 years. How he was telling him being there for 2 years, saying they did all kind of stuff. So they would just do whatever they wanted you, and just like when it comes to jail. And actually, I wanted to talk about it. And I was watching the YouTube. Who was it just saying the same thing? I was watching this YouTuber, Recipe TV1. And he was saying the same thing what the guy said in the movie. In the scene, it was the boyfriend's friend who got out of prison like 3 months, but he was in there for 2 years. And I mean, the boyfriend's friend was telling him all different kinds of stuff of what they were doing to him, and he was in those jail bars. They would do all kind of stuff. And mostly they were filled up with most of the blacks in there, and it was mostly a lot of us would get locked up more. And and actually, what's seen about it is how the boyfriend and the girlfriend, they were talking about how they I want to hold our baby in our hands. He never got a chance to hold the baby in the hands, so she had to pretty much take the hands. So she gave birth to the baby in the bathtub by birth, pretty much by birth, like natural, like home birth, instead of going to the hospital. But it was sad. Her mother-in-law was there to help her with the baby, but he was in jail because he didn't even get to see his first baby to be born and stuff. And about 5 years later, they went to go see their father, and I said. And they always prayed and prayed in the scene, and also, and the mother-in-law was kind of like a religious person. How she just tells her in the scene, like, that baby's gonna be burned, that baby would die to see, born into sin, and the babies weren't even born in the world. I said, how dare you talk to that's your grandchild there. So she was a religious person, and the daughters, the boyfriend's mother and the two sisters. The two sisters wanted to get her, but the girlfriend and sister were trying to defend her. You ever touch my sister? See what I'm gonna do to your ass. See what I'm gonna fucking do to you. And I bothered to look at it and say, get the hell out of my house, take your shit and leave, just like that. And I found it to be really It's kind of something I know I'm not explaining it away, but I know I don't understand how that works. I'm trying to make sense of it the best I can in my ability, and I found it to be something, so I want to share. So anyway, this is my review. It's the Beale Street could talk. So anyway, like, dislike, share the video, see what you think. I will continue making more later in the future. I hope you folks have a wonderful good morning, afternoon, evening, and to the Most High, the King will return. This is Kendrick Solstein, and I'm out, folks. And you guys have a good night.